Hello everyone. Okay, so this video is about the lunar eclipse that's happening on June 5th, which is a Friday, in Sagittarius. The lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse, and the high peak is at 12:12 noon. So there's some parts of the states that we will see the lunar eclipse. I won't see it in my location, but if you do see it near your location, you happen to watch my channel, then please leave a comment. On Facebook page, you can share an image under the video comment area, and I think that's the only one, right? Maybe on Twitter too. I don't know. So now it's in Sagittarius, so you'd look to see where Sagittarius is in your chart. What does the house mean? Where is it placed? What's the planet that's there? No planets that's there. Then focus on the house, and then look over to what's going on in Gemini's opposite sign. So that's the one way that you can look at it, and then see how it matches up with your personality, how you react, in your inner mind, and also how do you react with others. So the lunar eclipse, it's just a phenomenon to see, a celestial event to see, and it looks pretty, it's wonderful. But in some cultures, they believe that you shouldn't be outside because the energy is very chaotic, right? So some people believe that you should just stay indoors. Some people, will go out and actually see it. You spend it however you want, but I feel energetically it's very good to balance your energy whenever there is, like the couple days leading up to it. Make sure that you have a practice every day that balances your energy. Some traditions of martial arts or energy work don't do any energy work practice on that day. You don't even clear or charge your crystals that day, because with this lunar eclipse, penumbral lunar eclipse, is happening in the lighter shadow of the earth that's cast on the moon. So, the earth, I don't take it as something negative, even though I've heard of different and read on different cultural beliefs, right? In the past, people would do sacrifices, all this crazy stuff. And it was just crazy. It's just like, it's not, as we grow, a lot of ancient practices we don't need, but a lot of the ancient practices are really cool and interesting, but some are just crazy, right? So energetically speaking, it's something cool to see, but you should spend that day just being relaxed. It's like preparing for any full moon or new moon event. You want to make sure that you get everything. If preparing to watch, football or something, you want to make sure everything is done so that it's just a chill and relaxed day, and you can just sit in silence and just really be observant. It's kind of like a time to be very zen and not to really pull in on any energy. That's what I feel is best, because when you look at people who are born at this time, they're very talented, but their emotions can be also very chaotic. Okay, not chaotic. Chaotic is not the right. It could be, they can just have ups and downs, but they know that nothing is really truly that deep, but their energies will be very strong, but also they're very talented people. So you can also look in your chart and see if you were born on a day of a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. And a lot of times people don't realize that, or their parents are not into astrology. So it would be really cool to see were you born a day before, the day of, or the day after, and see how it makes your personality kind of change. Maybe your moods change a little bit faster. Like, just see if you know someone that's like that. You can leave a comment and say, yeah, I've noticed that. And that's what astrology does. It's a science. It studies things. It studies the psychology of it, and so on. So really look into that. It's a good day to be completely zen, okay, and to be observant. All right, now let's look at the astrology of it. There is a grand trine between Gemini and Pisces and Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is in the IC, so it's very much of like kind of just staying home. And it's very interesting because So let's start with Sagittarius first. Sagittarius has the moon, right? And it's in the IC, okay? And Sagittarius is in the 4th house of Gemini, so you're in your opposite sign of Gemini. So everyone's can benefit from this trine, okay? So with Sagittarius being your birth sign, your north node, or your moon sign, okay, you are benefiting from maternal figures. So you're having a strong relationship right now with maternal figures, and this is what the astrology is saying. And you're also having your outlook. What do you feel about being domesticated, or your home life? Well, how do you feel about your home life? That's going to be a strong issue. And being in Gemini house, you can really pull in on that Mercury energy that's in Cancer of compassion. Okay, and look to Cancer in the 11th house in compassion, because I know Cancer is water sign, the opposite, but you need nurturing, and you can look to Mercury for compassion, or someone that's a Cancerian to talk to for compassion, that hopefully might be going through the same experience you are, or might be not going through that. That way they can be more of like, say, oh, this person is more in a relaxed state that can be beneficial to you. And the 11th house is about like friends, friendships, goals, aspiration, what you aspire. So this person can maybe uplift you to what you aspire to do, especially in your group contributions. Maybe you want to start up teaching again, or your job again, or whatever that you feel like you're lacking right now. This zodiac, the Cancer, can really help you, Sagittarius. Okay, but anyone that has Sagittarius in your chart, if it happens to be in the 4th house, this could be a very powerful new moon for you to really meditate. And you're not pulling in on any energy; you're just sitting down in deep thought and maybe writing things down. And then after this full moon eclipse, you can see, has your emotions change? And that's for everyone. Has your emotions change where you're like, hey, I don't really feel that way? Then you can really judge, how did the full moon eclipse have an effect on me? So you want to be very zen leading up to these days. That's why I'm putting this video out tonight. I'm having a lot of videos popping up on my channel. So that's the angle of the Sagittarius in the 4th house. Okay, and Sagittarius, hopefully you'll watch the video before this one, because I'm making them and putting them up in order. But on May 5th, I got rid of the paper. May 5th, Gemini switched from Cancer and Capricorn in the North Node and South Node. Gemini is in the North Node right now since May 5th, 2020, and Sagittarius is in the South Node. Okay, and then this is going to be this way until January 18th, 2022. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's correct. I don't want to give you guys the wrong date, but I believe that is true. Okay, because I said it so many times. I've been talking about it so much. But yes, January 18th, 2022. So we want to think about the South Node, because a lot of Sagittarius might be, or if you have a strong Sagittarius in your chart, or Sagittarius, strong Sagittarius in your chart, meaning Sagittarius is in your moon, your North Node, or your rising sign, or your Sagittarius birth sign. So you might be having like a lot of past memories, a lot of past emotional pain, past life might be popping up, and you might not know, especially if you're not a spiritual person and connected like that. And it might be past issues, past relationships, past life issues can be very strong at these eclipses for you as well. Okay, so that's the one aspect. Okay, so I'll leave the Sun for Gemini for last. So then looking over at Pisces, Pisces has the Fortune, which is very lucky, very prosperous. So at this eclipse for Pisces, this is very, it's still an eclipse, so it still has a chaotic energy, but it can be very prosperous for Pisces at this time. Okay, we have Mars in Pisces, and it's in the descending chart. So this is, just be a very low key, okay, another low key area. And you also have Neptune, so it's a lot of dreams, and you're in your home planet. Your home planet is with you, so it's everything that Neptune represents: the dreams, the intuition. So you might be having a lot of powerful dreams leading up to the eclipse, and so on. So a lot of journaling is very important if you are looking into astrology. You know, keeping a calendar and journaling as well. If a calendar is too much for you, then get a notebook and write the days in there and journal that way. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done. And that's something that I tell myself, you know. And this is all happening in the 7th house. Okay, so you have Mars in the 7th house, Neptune in the 7th house. So this is very powerful. The 7th house is going to be the house of marriage and partnerships. So that's going to be very powerful at this new moon at this full moon for everybody. Okay, it's the partnerships, it's the awareness of others. Okay, so this is going to be it's in Libra's house, so it's going to be very much balancing out your relationship and family issues. So some people might be feeling that, but Pisces will be feeling that stronger, and also your opposite sign can feel that as well. Okay, so that's something very powerful to look at, and it's a very karmic time right now, where if you don't make that shift, then you have to deal with not listening to your intuition. So a lot of times for us, we'll have powerful things that happen that matches up with our birth chart, right? Or it is favorable to our zodiac sign. Two things. This either matches up in alignment with your birth chart, right? A celestial event, or it might match up just with your zodiac. It could be a prosperous planet for you. And if you don't act on it because you're fearful, then you miss that portal, they say, or that opening or that opportunity. Okay, so you want to really look at your birth chart and see what it is, or get a reading, book an appointment. Say, you know, like, do that. And when people want to get a reading done for their chart, they want like everything, and that's a long process and time. Just figure out what is your main issue right now. Self-confidence, love, whatever. Like, you have to find out one thing and then get a reading on that one thing. So you could, you know, it's a big pie. Okay. All right. So that's one part of this full moon to really look into. Now let's look at the Gemini side, because that's this grand trine, okay? And the grand trine, I want to say, is about a prosperity. It's like a very powerful connection that can have things line up very well for us. So where Gemini is, we have the sun in Gemini. It's the birth season of Gemini. Okay, we also have Venus there. Okay, and we also have the North Node. So the Venus energy is very powerful, very strong. It's like beauty, love. So it's a lot of attraction. So it's a great love and attraction time for Gemini. And the North Node is your present and looking forward to your future. So if you're Gemini rising, North Node, Moon, birth sign, this is very powerful. This is very powerful for you. So, so this is a great time, and it's in the MC. So it's a time for you to really connect to getting attention, right? So this is very powerful for receiving favorable outcomes to things that you want, Gemini. Okay, and it's in the MC for quite a while, so you can really tap into that energy. I'm going to look and see. Let me pop in here and see what will be for like May 2027. Okay, so May 27th, if this chart would come up, it's in the 9th house. But yeah, so I think from June 1st, it will be the MC will be in Gemini on June 1st. Let me back up and look and see when it will be. Okay, so we're all hanging out here, right? You have your cup of tea, your drink, just kick back, relax. Let me see what May 31st says for for us. May 31st. Okay, so May 31st is in the IC. Okay, so I didn't look it up before this. I want to look up and see what May 30th is the first quarter moon. So May 30th is the first quarter moon in Virgo, 14 degrees, 10 minutes. So if you're born on the first quarter moon, boom, that's a powerful day for you. Okay, so it's in the MC on May 30th. So this is what you do when you're looking up your chart. You know, if you go on a calendar, you want to see, okay, what's going on in this calendar. Okay, so this is May 29th, and it's pretty much on the line in between Taurus and Gemini. So by the 29th of May, you should be feeling a lot of powerful energies there, Gemini. So that's some good luck right there. Okay. So let me jump back over into the actual chart. I don't want to get rid of this chart because I want to have it. So you have that Venus and the Sun energy. That's very powerful. Look up Venus in Gemini. I'll try to drop a video on that. And you have the North Node for your future. You're in the MC. So the MC is you reaching your heights. You're reaching your best potential for whatever your goal is. It's how you're known and your legacy. That's the 10th house of Capricorn, because Capricorn really it's about that earth energy. It's that essence of your life and what you're doing right now. So you can tap into that 10th house energy of structure on and leaving a foundation for yourself. So Geminis can really tap into that energy, that element right now. We also want to look at the 15 degrees. Okay, so I'm trying to bring up the chart back again. So we want to look at that 15 degrees, and it's not allowing me to do that, so I'm going to have to click back over. So we want to look at, I need to get back over to June. So we want to look at this angle, okay? This angle is going to be very prosperous for us. Okay, I had to pause for a second, but yes, so this is going to be a very favorable angle. But however, it can have its challenges, but it's still going to be favorable. Okay, this trine is going to be very powerful, but like I said, it's also a full moon eclipse, so this is a very good time to just relax. Okay, so having this energy of this air, this water, and this fire it's very the water there, it's very dynamic because the air and the fire goes well together. However, it's going to just make things more interesting, or more attention to it. Okay, it's going to be very kind of like magnetic, not necessarily magnetic, but it will command attention. Okay, so the day before, the day of, and the day after can have like a big global type of attention to it. Okay, so it's a very important day. It can have that. It can have just attention. Anything that's like attention getting can really happen within this time. But like I said, this is a great time to really go inward, not necessarily meditating. However, from the traditions that I feel resonates with me, it's not a time to pull in energy, but more to observe. Okay, and then if you're going outside, just enjoy the celestial event for everyone else. So let me go into everyone else's reading. Okay, so for Taurus, you guys are gonna be in the 9th house, okay, and you have Uranus there. So again, a lot of freedom, a lot of a lot of energies that deal with Uranus and what it can offer to you. Okay, Aries will be the Chiron and the Lilith and the healing. Okay, and it will be a lot of 8th house issues. Okay, skipping Pisces and going to Aquarius in this direction is Aquarius will have a lot of 6th or 5th house issues. Okay, so look that up and see what that is for you. You guys also will have Saturn, so really focus in on how to get things in order for yourself and time, and also your growth or maturity and your structure and direction in your life. Okay, this is going to be really good to really be organized for yourself and do things that's beneficial for you. Capricorn is a lot of Jupiter and Pluto, so you can receive the benefits of Pluto, but make sure you're making that transition or that change that you need to make still. Okay, so you still have that to work with. We already talked about Sagittarius. So Scorpio is like a 3rd house issues, no planets. Okay, so really connecting to that. Okay, I feel like I said something different. So the 4th house is Cancer for Sagittarius. So I said Gemini, but it must be a Gemini. I'm thinking of Taurus. Yeah, I was thinking of the Gemini and Taurus connection, but Sagittarius will have some 4th house issues, yes, but also some 3rd house. So let me say that, because whenever I do reading for people, when they're that close, some of them don't relate to 3rd house issues or 4th house issues. So it's a good thing that I saw that on the chart. But mainly 4th house issues for Sagittarius, but also 3rd house, which is Gemini. So you guys will have a little bit of both. I have to say that, because whenever I do readings, because we're using this 12-month calendar, and like I've been saying lately in my video, I feel like implementing the 13th sign is very powerful in the readings. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get the charger, so let me pause this. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of pauses, but it just had to happen, I guess. Okay, so yeah, I had to say that because whenever I do readings, someone could be whatever sign, but sometimes it doesn't match up, and that's because it's where they were born, and the 13th sign is so important. Okay, so with Scorpio, a lot of 3rd house issues. Look over to your opposite sign of Taurus, I believe, and that Uranus energy, and see how that plays in with your life. Okay, Libra is a lot of 2nd house issues, no planets. Venus is not Venus, but Virgo is a lot of for 1st house issues, and really use the 1st house to empower yourself right now. You're also ruled by Mercury, and being in the 1st house, you can really tap into that power of self and of motivation and of just see how you go about using your strength. And just next time, you're really just mastering yourself. Some of you have already mastered your own lower personalities, but really mastering yourself. And it's a great time to being in the ascending. You're going to be receiving attention, even if you're not seeking it, in a sense. Okay, so Leo, you can benefit from some 12th house and 11th house growth, okay, and issues there. So look up what the 12th and the 11th house is, and see which one you're experiencing right now, and really working through that. Cancer, you guys have Mercury, and it's all about communicating. So, and some of you will be having 11th or 10th house kind of vibe and issues there. So see how your communication will be great, or if you might be learning more. Whenever you have Mercury, you're either helping someone or you're receiving information. Okay, that's for everyone. So I hope that this reading helps, and the information regarding the eclipse. Okay, so just really kind of just take notes and see how you feel, and even make comments a couple days later in this video of your experience, like, what did you experience? How did this reading help? The feedback would be great. And definitely click like and share this video with someone that you feel would benefit from this video. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.